If you visit the national park very early in the morning, you can see most of the wildlife. Some of the communities around go through the forest to poach some of these animals, which is illegal. The forest is not a closed forest, it's an open forest, so they have the ways they can go through. So we sometimes have anti-poachers around. We go to the forest to make sure there are not traps set for any kind of animals.
So I'm walking through Kakum National Park and the Cape Coast of Ghana. In the rainforests, there are tree canopies, be able to walk through the trees and just see the beautiful wildlife. It's such a privilege being able to come here and have a look around.
It demarcates the forest into two. We had 53 communities doing their cultivation and hunting here in the Kakum National Park, but these people were working basically on these areas. So from where we started from to this point, it's called a regenerated forest or a primary forest.
Right.
On this section, the trees are less than 100 years because some of the trees had been cut down for building houses. Some were using them to make canoes during that period, so they were getting most important woods on this section from the 53 communities. These people who had their farmlands here, but they didn't live here in the park. Right. But from this section, the trees are 150 years up to 300. And then from this point, we have less than a 10 minutes walk to the Canopy Walkway, where we have 7 suspending bridges. When you get on the first bridge, you can return back. You have 1 more bridge on your left, and then 6 more bridges on your right. So after the first bridge, if you want to continue, you go right, it has 6 more bridges. So when you do everything in total, you do 7 bridges.
Wow. So you need a good head for heights crossing Kakum. It's a couple of 100 feet down, but wow, it's just such a surreal experience walking through the canopies. I mean, they were constructed 30 years ago and they replace the materials every 3 months to ensure safety. And what I really enjoyed listening to was how local people, local artisans and carpenters were involved in constructing this beautiful canopy walkway. What an awesome experience it is today. Just to see how big this park is, and just how high up we are in the trees. Now you don't really get to see much of the wildlife, but you certainly get to hear the birds and the monkeys. And there are apparently leopards and elephants at the park, but mainly nocturnal animals, so that's when you're more likely to see them. But wow, it's so beautiful walking high among the trees. Certainly gets the cardio going. Now looking down a couple of 100 feet, it's brilliant. There are over 600 different types of butterfly Kakum National Park. I've seen a few flooded by, but just to see and be part of the beauty and diversity of nature is something I always enjoy. Right now, this is probably one of the more challenging. It's quite rickety, but wow, I don't know. I like it when things go a bit wobbly from time to time. Honestly, I highly recommend you visiting Kakum National Park when you're on your trip to Ghana and the Cape Coast. It's an awesome experience. Cheers.